everyone. Thank you for joining me again today as we start a new quarterly. This quarterly is going to be amazing. We will be studying the book of Psalms. If you have ever read the Psalms, you would know we can actually relate to the circumstances, the joys, and the experiences of the psalmists. Before we start, I do want to wish you a happy new year, and I hope your Christmas season was a beautiful one. So let's get started. Lesson number 1, how to read the Psalms. Did you know that there is 150 Psalms? The 150 Psalms are divided into 5 groups. That's something I didn't know. What's a psalm? It's actually a song. A song that came out of the personal experience of someone. So it was a poem written from an experience the person had. Music was attached to it, and now they have a beautiful song that actually was used in worship. On Sunday we read Psalms 18:1, 31, 92:1. Some of the Psalms are Psalms of deliverance, thanksgiving, praise, trust. It invites us to come into the presence of God. It's a prayer. It's a joyful song. What I found interesting is that all these diverse songs were used as part of worship. In today's society, it seems that we tend to only sing happy songs because we want the experience to be a happy one. But in the time of the Israelites, part of worship was sharing the difficulties of life, and through all of it, giving praise to God. Somehow I think we could benefit in our worship sessions if we came and shared not only our happy moments, but also our difficult ones. So who were the psalmists? Well, of course, David, who was a king, was also a musician. Remember, he used to play the harp. He wrote many of the Psalms. But on Monday, we learned that some of the Psalms were composed by temple musicians, by the Levites. If you scroll through the Psalms, you will find the name of Asaph. You will also find the name of the sons of Korah. You will also find, and there's also Ethan the Ezrahite. Of course, Solomon, Moses are some of the authors of these songs. On Tuesday, the title was A Song for Every Season. And we read Psalm 3. And let's see what this song is all about. The psalm starts like this. Lord, how are they increased, those that trouble me? Many are they that rise against me. Does it sound like a happy song? No, it's rather a troubling song. But the psalmist continues in verse 3. But you, O Lord, are a shield to me, my glory and the lifter of my head. Verse 5, I lay me down and sleep, and I awake, for the Lord sustains me. I will not be afraid of 10,000 of people that have set themselves against me. Verse 7, arise, O Lord, save me, O my God. Do you see the interesting phase of the psalm? He starts by sharing with God, Lord, I have a lot of enemies. But then he switches to, but you, oh God, are my shield. And then he continues, I lay myself down to sleep and I have no problem sleeping. And I will not be afraid of 10,000s that are against me. Why? Because he says, rise, O Lord, save me, my God. A song for every season. Psalms 3 is telling me that I can sing when I'm in distress. Why? Because the Lord is my shield. Then we went to Psalms 33. Verse 33 starts like this. Rejoice in the Lord, all you righteous, for praise is comely for the upright. Praise the Lord with harp. Sing unto him with psalters. Sing unto him a new song. Play skillfully with a loud noise. Psalms 33 is a psalm of joy. And then we went to Psalm 109. Starts like this. David starts the psalm, Hold not thy peace, O God, of my praise. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. The enemies are coming against David. In verse 10, he goes, let this be the reward of my adversaries from the Lord. And he goes, verse 22, for I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. And verse 26, help me, O Lord, my God. O save me according to thy mercies. David is telling God of his enemies. David is telling how his heart is wounded within him. Can you relate to that? Can you relate to this Psalms? I know I can. But David doesn't stay there. The song, he switches his prayer to help me, O Lord my God. Oh, save me according to your mercies. David in Psalms 109 is waiting upon the judgment of God. He's waiting upon the justice of God. So Tuesday suggests that there is a song for every season. The Psalms have been written from different human experiences. And the beauty of this is that these songs were taken to the church and used as worship songs. Not only happy songs, but also the songs of anguish, the songs of perplexity, the songs of pain. Do you imagine a church where we would be free to come and worship and share the experiences that we are living in the present? Church would be so different. These experiences would unite us more as human beings. What's the main focus point of the Psalms? Thursday said, what is the world of the Psalms? And we read Psalm 16 verse 8. And it said, I have set the Lord before me. The psalmist is telling us, I put the will of God before my will. Psalm 62:8 said, trust in him at all times. Psalms 121:7 said, the Lord shall preserve you from all evil. Psalms 82:8 said, rise, O God, and judge. What is the common denominator in all of the songs? Of course, is God. David waits upon God. The other psalmists trust in God at all times. They wait upon the judgments of God. They trust that God will deliver them from all evil. But of course, as we're going to read the Psalms, we're going to find out that sometimes bad things happen to good people. And look how the lesson put it. Therefore, everything that happened, both the good and the bad, in the life of God's people, inevitably was expressed in worship. God hears the psalmist wherever he may be, and in response to him in his perfect time. The main character of the Psalms is God, our helper. The main memory of the lesson was found in Luke chapter 24, verses 44 and 45. Then he said to them, these are the words which I spake to you while I was still with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms concerning me. And he opened their understanding that they might comprehend the scriptures. The Psalms, although they're poems or songs or prayers, is inspired by God with the purpose of pointing us to our shield, our refuge, our helper, our defender, Jesus Christ. If you ever wanted to read the Bible and you didn't know where to start, the Psalms is the best place to start. So I encourage you, why don't you start reading one psalm every day? And this is what I do. I take a pen or a highlighter and I highlight the verses that speak to me personally. What I found is that these verses come in handy, because sometimes as I go through different circumstances, I remember the words of the psalmist, and it just fills me with hope, with encouragement, and it helps me to move on. I pray that you will take the time to read one psalm a day. Thank you for joining me, and I cannot wait to see you next time.